Ooh. What is it?
It's a wall hanging. So this is just art for art's sake. Because I have it's for my treehouse scene, actually. I had a little thing up on for my a scene in my reel, so you guys don't know about it, but Michelle does. And there's a wall hanging that I had on there, and I decided I wasn't as charmed by it as I was a couple of years ago, so I made a new one.
We forgot to introduce ourselves. Should we do it now or just forget it?
Oh no, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Elena.
Now only Mom knows who's who. Did she mention that to you one time? Okay.
She's like, wait a second. Yeah, I saw a little sneaky peek. I try not to look at it until it's on the big screen, but when I was casting it off my phone, I saw it, and I thought from the brief glimpse that it was a bat.
Oh, could be.
And it's not.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, I looked at a lot of other art, and then I started sketching out something that is symmetrical and original to me, and then it just kept happening. So that's that.
Fun. I like the nature in a treehouse thing. Woodsy.
Oh, although when I'm texturing it the whole time, I really thought it was going to be like a metal object. So, so it doesn't become wood until like the last second of texturing. I just magically change it. What is that? Alchemy.
Yeah. It is. Did you ever watch much of that show?
What show?
Brothers. My Brother Alchemy. The Alchemy Brothers.
What?
Oh gosh, what is it actually called? It's an anime.
Oh! Full Metal Alchemist.
That's the one! Why didn't you know?
It's just in 7th grade we had to read a book called The Alchemist, and so I thought that there maybe was a show about that. I didn't think you were talking about anime. You never. But you're right, because one of the versions of that anime is called Brotherhood.
Oh, good. Well, I knew they were brothers.
Yeah.
The younger one was a big robot one, right?
Yeah.
Kevin recommended I watch it, but I never watched very much.
Yeah. I learned...
It was sad.
Yeah, pretty sad. I learned recently that all my close friends from college watch it. Like, it's important to every single one of them. I was surprised to learn it because I knew that Avatar was important to them because they made a big deal about, like, oh, Michaela and Elena haven't seen it. We need to sit them down and watch the whole thing. So I felt like if there was anything that meant so much to them, that whole scenario would have happened again. So it just means on a scale of Avatar to Full Metal Alchemist, they care about Avatar a lot more. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I don't feel enough interest in the show itself to myself to watch it. So I'm not going to unless I don't know. College is past. They can't sit me down anymore. They can't make me.
Intervention. They'll come all the way to Colorado.
Oh my gosh. We started recording this kind of later at night than we normally would because we had to go out and get a sweet treat. A cold sweet treat. We got blizzards. And they were tasty. It was like because Shell ordered it first. I was going to get some Oreo thing. But then I saw her order like a Reese's something, and then I saw on the menu that it said like marshmallow filling as well. I was like, order 2 of those.
It was really good. Like big chunks of Reese's in there.
Mm-hmm. So if anyone has a Dairy Queen near them, go there and get that.
Yeah, that's why it's called a fluffernutter. People call it that when they put peanut butter and marshmallow fluff in a sandwich.
Oh.
I don't know why that's hitting me now and
Okay.
it didn't earlier.
Yeah, because we were distant from the menu for a little while. There was a card in front of us, and we were trying to read this word that was really long and had lots of F's and T's and an N. We couldn't figure it out. And it's like, it can't be that. Like, is it just fluffernutter? It was hard to figure it out.
Didn't they have another weird named thing right next to it?
They definitely did.
The cheesecake thing. I don't know.
It just said cheesecake and we are illiterate.
It's hard to read when it's so far away.
Gosh. Other reading news, Shell and I, and Mom, we've been reading a book that it takes place in Canada, and so there's a lot of French that we're reading inside this book and trying to figure out, or just like the author doesn't expect us to know how to say all these things or know exactly what they mean, so she provides enough context for them. But it's like, sometimes when someone's name has accents in it, it's like, well, I don't know how to say it. I'm going to be thinking this name in my thoughts, like this whole book. So I need to look it up. Like, there's this girl named Cree, but it's spelled C-R-I-E. And so at first I was reading it like Cree, because I'm American. And then I finally looked it up. I was just like, no, don't, just be a little more French like Lena. Hélène. Yeah, if anyone is watching is also reading any Louise Penny books, we're a fan.
Yeah.
We're on the second book right now. But it's funny because we had read, I think it was like the 16th one out of order, is All the Devils Are Here. It was just on this list of super good murder mysteries that you don't need much context for. So we read it out of turn. Now we're going from the start.
Yeah, I remember reading it the first time, and we were reading other stuff, like other series, and we weren't as charmed by it the first time. But for some reason coming back to it is like, yeah, I miss these guys. I want to know more now. Like, I don't know why we were stopped.
Well, I tracked it down because we got a Lana Lee mystery book in the same batch. Like, we just got a bunch of them. And
well, besides that, like, I know we were really into that series, but I was kind of not into, what was it called?
All the Devils.
All the Devils Are Here.
I don't know why. I didn't feel that way.
Oh.
I like the whole thing.
Maybe I'm just remembering wrong.
You probably are. Because we also read E for Evidence, and that one was, ugh.
Yeah. Wasn't a feel-good. Was not cozy. We got to have our cozies.
But not too cozy, and not dumb.
No. It's a fine line.
I was about to say that.
Like, I don't want any animal sidekicks. Well, I guess they have dogs, but the dog isn't like a main character, where I feel like some of the cozies we read is like the cat is like a sidekick.
Yeah. It's all part of the recipe list. It's like they have to have these elements or else.
Yeah, the animal thing, or they have to have it like food themed. I mean, like, we read a lot of Lana Lee, and those are all very food themed. But there's others like, I can't even name a single one. They have silly names like
chocolate
Batter
chip
Down
mystery.
or something. Yeah, chocolate chip mystery. They all want to be very like puns on food.
Yeah, we're making our way through.
Oh, what was the one we read with the crow and the stamps?
The crow.
The sweetness at the bottom of the pie.
Oh yeah. But I don't think she had an animal sidekick.
She didn't. No.
But she was.
I feel like we could go back into those and see if we like the second one, maybe.
Yeah, I'd give that a try. Flavia It was something.
We'll keep you posted. But after this, we're gonna read some K.M. Shea.
Yeah. Shell has read a lot of them, and our mom and me have not. I had this one anecdote that I wrote down for. I realize we're not talking about this art, but again, it's just like me kind of doodling. Like, I doodled in my sketchbook, and now I doodled in Maya.
I love when you use aspects in other places. Like, you use that centerpiece onto the side. It's really cute. It's like family.
Aw, thank you. So I had this one thing that Felicity said earlier, because Michelle's husband has been, he got some new food things, and I don't know why she felt like she needed to say this, that it was like a special food that she could just recognize, that it was like new and important or something. But he was microwaving something, and Felicity, and I was like, the delivery was so good. I don't think I'll be able to replicate how she said it. But she's like, Dad, like, when I smelled your food, my stomach wasn't, like, I was about to throw up. Like, Michelle's just like, you just think that in your head or something like that. But then, like, as soon as Felicity left the room, Michelle and I were just like, oh my gosh, that was so funny.
It's so hard not to laugh and give them the wrong impression.
And I don't even know, like, I couldn't smell his food. I don't know what she was thinking about it. I guess because she knew it had vegetables in it, and she just is trying to prove a point with that. I don't know.
I recognize that smell, and it smells disgusting.
You want to throw up. Bon appetit.
Yes.
Gosh, this,
I see the metal happening.
Yeah, it's all metal. All metal alchemist.
You think you're drilling into metal, but really you're just puncturing wood.
Yeah. And I wasn't sure about how to decorate all of this. Like, I had trouble thinking about every aspect of it. And it's like there's like some floralness and like leafiness to it. So I ended up leaning into that. And the center of it will ultimately look kind of like a strawberry, But I didn't go in, like, you can see the shape of it already, but I didn't go in knowing it was going to look like a strawberry, even with that shape there in the first place. But now I'm just doodling, just like before.
I love a good wavy lines. Ooh! Okay. Cute.
Had this other anecdote from when, I gotta add some leafies.
Nice.
Some little nature elements. So another moment from when Kevin and Elaine were visiting with us was, like, and I don't know if I'll be able to retell this in a way that will bring everyone to the moment. It's kind of like those things of like, you had to be there. And I hate that someone had to have been there, because it's like, we should be able to translate it, and just, it should be funny for everybody, you know? But
we weren't even drunk.
Exactly. We realized after the fact that we didn't even buy any alcohol drinks. Or drink. That's another one. You guys had to be there to know the origin of that joke. Oh, by the way, I'm starting out with like a border on this section here, and you might see later that I fill it in with some stuff, but you don't see me make that stuff. It's just there a little bit, and then it's gone later. It's because I didn't keep it, and I didn't want you guys all to sit through something that I didn't keep.
Aww. How considerate.
And also because the thing that I put over on those sides there, it took so long. I really thought I was going to keep it. But it was so much effort, and I didn't want you guys to sit through the heartbreak like I had to. That's how I was drawing it. Anyway, so this thing. So it was Avery's birthday. We were all doing something, decorating, like I was dealing with the balloons, and Kevin was hanging up lots of banners. And at one point, Michelle is gliding through, like, saying good job to everybody, because, like, everyone was doing a good job, and Kevin was saying something like, I didn't know how to hang this one up without it being kind of like lopsided like this. And you're like, no, it looks so great. And he's like, I just like, it's a little bit off. And you're like, it looks so good. And he's like, I'm sorry. It's like, you kind of, like, sometimes people are like that where they, like, he was making a joke of it. But it's like, sometimes people are so apologetic when they didn't do anything wrong. And it's like, you're saying they did good. So it's just, it got me laughing. I don't have any more anecdotes for us to talk about.
I don't know, that visit was so fun. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we wanted to do so many things, but we didn't have time to, we wanted to just be with them all the time.
Yeah. It would be nice.
If we wanted to be silly and hold water in our mouths and try not to laugh and spit our water out, we didn't have time.
You should have written on the itinerary.
We'll make sure to next time.
Gosh, but aside from that, we all got to play. We play games every night. We have a big collection of not board games only, but just like group games. And it was fun. Like there was one called Neanderthal Poetry. I think that Kevin and Elaine brought that with them. It was kind of like taboo, but you weren't allowed to say words that were more than one syllable each. And you also couldn't use hand motions or anything like that.
That was the hardest part, I think.
Yeah, so like, are we just like advertising books and games today?
Yeah, like we had a recording last week. We weren't even talking about the visit.
That video is so short, though, we couldn't possibly.
I suppose.
Oh, but you know what? So I was editing our voiceover from last week. So we mentioned how one of these girls I watch who knits, she lives in Norway, and she just had a baby. And she was talking about how babies can sleep outside in Norway, like take naps out there and that kind of thing, and it's just normal. Like, you make sure they're bundled up, and like, I don't know for sure, but it sounds like from everything she has said herself, it sounds like the baby is always supervised. But from what Michelle has watched and from pictures I've seen, it seems like they don't have to be supervised. I don't know. But she was just talking about how, like, I'm filming this video right now, and my husband is out getting the baby to take a nap because she will only take a nap outside now. Because we started doing it, and she loves it, and now she will only nap if she gets to be outside.
Cute.
But it's like, what a conundrum, because it's like, you have to be out there with that. Like, you just have to make sure you bring a book or something.
Yeah.
And make sure you're bundled up if it's that cold.
Right. Or too hot. Well, I guess not in Norway, but I can imagine if you're outside, you get both sides of the elements. You wear your sunscreen.
Totes.
So much detail.
So much so. I wanted it to be good. And I really, really thought it was going to be metal the whole time.
Why did you change your mind?
I don't know. I think I was just envisioning it on the treehouse, and I just thought it looked so, like, it would look so out of place, like, against the wood. Like, well, where in the story of this image, this little environment, like, where would this have been sourced? And like, do I have anything else that's really like heavy on metal in this scene? No. Like, I think I was just, I had recently done some props for my mechanical spaceship hallway thingy, so I was just in a metal mindset, I suppose.
Metal on the mind.
So you see those little designs off the sides there? You didn't see me do those. They're done, and they're gonna go away eventually.
I like them. I've fallen in love.
They're just kind of too busy, and they didn't come out the way I wanted them to. But now I'm making this to look like strawberry seeds.
Oh. We're crocheting a lot these days.
Oh, I wanted to talk about that. Yeah, because Felicity's birthday is coming up in early June. We wanted to finish a whole big, huge granny square blanket for her. And I don't think that we explained, like, how we made it a, what is it called, like, assembly line? Because the granny square, it's 4 rounds. So the first is, like, a brown center, and our mom made 300 of those just, like, done. And then I added, like, the second row is orange, and so I made most of those. I think Michelle's going to make the next, like, another 40 or so that we need to just get more yarn for, because she hasn't tried the the second row yet, and I keep on saying how it's really difficult, so she wants to just do it and just excel, I suppose.
I want to suffer too.
Yeah, and then the third row is like, I love the third row, because Michelle was doing the majority of them, and then I kept on saying, like, oh, I could take some, whatever, and she's like, you don't have to, but it's, oh, okay, right here, this is not something I'm going to keep, I'm just making a grid for myself, just little squares so that I can measure something out nicely, and then I'll erase the grid layer later.
Good.
Are you saying it wouldn't be good?
I'm happy with your happiness.
But yeah, this little motif here is like a bottom of the strawberry leafiness.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Bottom.
Huh. Top, yeah, that's it. I've had flowers on the brain, so I just keep thinking of...
I was just like, are we back? Like, you know the whole back of the hand, front of the hand conundrum?
Yeah.
I was like, are we backwards with that?
No.
We're not usually backwards with anything.
No, I misspoke and misthought and miss everything.
I'm so relieved. I don't know how I would look you in the face.
Gosh, you wouldn't be able to. I'd have to wear a mask. Anyway, so we got our squares going on, and then we want it to be a big, huge blanket, like full size, so that Felicity can have it all her life. And so it's going to be 300 squares total, or like scant 300, and the remaining ones we're making into a pillowcase. And so, yeah, it's a lot. So Shell and I are at this point where we are adding the final row to it, but we still have to go to the store to get more yarn before we can totally finish. But yeah, our hands are aching. Yes. My back, I think, like, my back was hurting all last week, and I think it's just because I was doing so much crocheting, like sitting in one attitude for too long. So I just need to, pace myself more.
Yes. So yeah, I think I have...
I'm about to make it wood?
70 more to go till I'm done with what I thought I was going to be done with.
Nice. Are you excited that it's
wood? Yeah.
Gosh, and I had to make sure the wood grain went in the correct directions. So, like, for those petals up there, I had to, like, twist make a new layer of the wood and, like, twist it around, like, rotate the angle.
Ooh!
Ta-da!
Gosh, it could be, like, a boomerang.
Ooh.
Or, like, a hairpiece.
Oh!
Like, if it's smaller.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking, like, bigger for a wall decoration, but, like, imagine it's smaller.
Man, I have a little character in my treehouse scene. I could just, like, put that onto their hair or their hat or something.
Do it. Or, like, have 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I would have it on the wall and then also the hairpiece. Okay. Like, only people in the know.
Oh, love that. And even, like, smaller ones to go as, like, earrings.
Ooh.
Like, teeny, like, stud earrings.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to...
Hide it everywhere in your art now.
I'm going to send this to Eric so we can 3D print it, and then we can just wear it ourselves.
Yes.
All right, well, everyone, thank you for watching my video.
And we'll see you next time. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum.